Hi. Good afternoon, folks. It is about 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Miss Steph here. Hi. Um, yeah, so thanks for joining me. How do we feel about the fit today, as one of my students would say? You know who you are. Yeah, so just kind of rocking my yes, still Miss Steph, but not doing my science club T-shirt kind of look right now. Um, FYI, this is going to be a pretty quick one. I'm gonna try to make this quick. No, I did not invent this. I keep telling y'all, science is really cool, but most of the time, things your science teacher is doing are things that they have seen somewhere else. So this is my take on something I saw on TikTok. Yes, I am on TikTok. If you want to follow me over there, you can. But let's just say that my TikTok profile page, whatever, is kind of a little busted. But that being said, hi, welcome. Okay, hi, Adrian. Is Judah with you? Is he with you? Welcome to the second episode of the second season of Science with Ms. Steph. So we're gonna do quick little activity. All right. So the cool thing about what we're going to do today is that it involves cocoa powder. I'm so serious. We did this past week at Summer Science Club. This year I got to do several activities that I hadn't tried with students. And this particular one, I was seeing a bunch of science teachers and personalities do. Like, shout out to a couple of people. I need to do a couple of shout outs today. One in particular, I saw science teacher mom do this. Definitely check her out. She does kits and stuff. Okay. We all fit in the space, folks. Okay, so I am going to celebrate other science teachers because I'm not the only one. And we can all fit in this space. All right, so hey, thank you so much, Adrian, for joining me. I'm going to do this pretty quickly, and this is something you might want to try with Judah later if you want to. Okay, so y'all know how I do. I have people who come in the comments, and I have to say hello to them like hello. I'm not going to see somebody I know in my comments and not speak to them. Okay. So, yes, like I said, I'm going to try to do this pretty quickly. Let's tilt you down. So, you should be seeing 2 cups. In one of the cups, I'm going to do an oil-based product. I'm going to do baby oil. You can do any oil you want, preferably a liquid. Okay, something that's liquid at room temperature. And I'm going to do water. The reason I'm using baby oil is because I like to use clear liquids so that you can, number one, see what happens, and number two, it shows the students that it's another opportunity for them to understand that water is not the only clear liquid. Just because you see clear liquid in a cup doesn't mean that it's water, right? So I'm labeling. Y'all know I'm doing better with that whole labeling thing because it just used to be a little rough. Okay, so like I said, Ms. Steph here. Hi. Thank you for joining me. I am putting a bunch of water inside of this cup. You see I'm going pretty high because I want it to work really well. Okay, I do need quite a bit of liquid for this. This particular thing, is it an experiment? No. Okay, this is more of a demonstration. You can also say it's kind of an investigation analysis type of thing. We're investigating how cocoa powder reacts to 2 different liquids. Both of them are clear liquids. As you can see, I'm putting a ridiculous amount of the baby oil and water inside of the separate cups. All right, you are going to need 2 separate spoons. If you have spoons that are a bit malleable, that would be fabulous because it's better to kind of do something that's a little bit more ladle-like than this particular spoon is. But I'm going to try it anyway because that's just how I do. All right. But yeah, so 2 separate spoons because you want 2 different spoons for like a different spoon per sample, right? We don't want to contaminate our samples. We don't want to cross-contaminate with the other liquid. All right, again, like I said, on pretty quickly. Welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of Science with Miss Steph. How do we feel about this, like, continuing on? Right? Isn't it fun? I think it's fun. Okay. I think it's fun. I'm going to continue doing, like, science with y'all, right? As I shared with you last week, Miss Steph Science Club, Summer Science Club was in person this summer. What? And notice how I say was. We finished yesterday. What? Can you imagine? It was amazing. It was like challenging. It was all the things that science program always is. And in particular, being back in person when young people who have been learning aren't like used to being in person so much. So that was comical. Working inside of a space that we hadn't been in before, that was comical. And just working with some folks that we hadn't worked with before as well. Hey girl, hey guys. So yeah, anywho, let's continue on with this demo, right? So the demo part really is this part. This is this first sample, the water and the cocoa powder. This is the part that, like, I saw on TikTok and that a bunch of other science teachers have been doing. I'll talk to you about why we're doing the baby oil and why, you know me, I can't do things just the way that everybody else does. I have to add a little something to it, okay? And so that's what the baby oil thing is. That's my little addition. All right, so we're going to dip this down. So first of all, did you see how that floats, okay? I'm going to try to make this go in. Whoa. And then when you lift it back up, do you see how only the outside is wet? The inside of the mound is still dry, okay? That is because cocoa powder is actually hydrophobic. Okay, so this is a great way to teach young people, y'all, okay? Young people and various people about hydrophobic, trying to understand it. One of the other activities that we do to teach that oil and water don't mix and these hydrophobic terms and hydrophilic, all that stuff, is the lava lamp thing, okay? That's another one that I've been doing over the years. But this one seemed like really fun. Why? Because cocoa powder smells really good, okay? And I just thought it would be something interesting. And it's so quick. I mean, it's faster than the whole lava lamp situation, right? So again, we're going to dip again, okay? I have a little too much water inside of my container, but that's okay, right? So I'm dip, back up. Notice not a lot of the cocoa powder like mixed into the liquid, okay? It's only because I have too much water, okay? But I was able to dip that inside the exterior, okay? You see the exterior, okay? The exterior is wet. But inside, I'm going to use the other end. Sometimes you'll see this done with a toothpick. But inside, you should be able to see inside my mound, right? It's dry. Okay? Inside my mound of cocoa powder, it's actually totally dry. It does not like to try to mix with the water. Even on top of there, do you see that dry powder? Isn't that peculiar? Typically, you add powder to water. If it's a powder that's able to mix in, it should mix in. But no, this floats for a while and it doesn't dissolve as well, right? Anybody who's ever tried to make hot chocolate from real cocoa powder, you know that trying to mix the water into there is like quite difficult. All right, anywho, so moving on to the Miss Steph part. All right, I'm going to put this here, and really seriously, it's going to, do you see that? It's just going to sit there. It's really cool. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do the same exact thing. Remember, this is a demonstration. Okay, this is a demo. So we're looking at what happens. Okay, that's our water sample. Now let's see what happens when I dip or attempt to dip a big scoop, and I won't do as big of a scoop, a big scoop of corn, I'm sorry, y'all know I'm thinking about lunch, a big scoop of cocoa powder inside, a big scoop of cocoa powder, you see how it's like falling off, inside of the baby oil. So let's see, first of all, remember I was able to like dip it inside and it stuck together for a bit. Okay, so you see this, dip, 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 dip. Now when I lift it back up, let's see if it stays on the spoon. Whoa, no, you see that? It didn't stay on the spoon. It started to fall over, and now it's going to actually mix in. Do you see that? Completely different situation, okay? Once again, this is my addition to it. When you see this particular science demonstration, typically folks are only going to do that water sample. When they dip it in, they take it out, and you see how it's still dry in the middle, okay? This particular thing, if I go again, right, I keep losing my cocoa powder. That's because cocoa powder is lipophilic, okay? Lipo, okay? Meaning fat. It dissolves, it mixes into fat. You see that? Very easily. In addition to being lipophilic, cocoa powder is hydrophobic. Okay? That makes sense though, right? Things that mix in oil, like vitamins and all that type of stuff. There's some vitamins that are fat dissolving vitamins, and then there are some vitamins, now we're getting into nutrition science, there are some vitamins that like to dissolve in water. They mix in water very easily, okay? Like I want to say vitamin E is a fat soluble vitamin, whereas vitamin C I know for a fact dissolves in water. I've done science activities with that. There's another cool one that I did this past week actually. We did a lot of stuff this week. There's a lot of stuff that happens at Science Club in just 1 week. Okay, it's two science activities a day, people. So we just finished a time period of doing essentially almost 60 science activities with each of our students. 60 different ones, by the way. Anywho, just want to make it clear. There are substances that dissolve in water, that mix well with water, and those are hydrophilic. They like water. They love water. Okay, that's what the word comes from. And there are things that don't mix well with water. They are scared of water, and that's what we call hydrophobic. Now, on the flip side, as it were, things that mix well with oil, okay, they like oil. Do you see this? It's completely almost mixing in, and if I were to stir it in, it would be very simple. It's very easy to mix it in, okay? And this is lipophilic, okay? Lipophilic. It looks almost like chocolate syrup, okay? I wonder, is that how they make it? Okay. Why or why not? Okay. And then lipophilic, right? Things that like oil, and things that don't mix well with oil would be lipophobic. Yeah? So water and oil do not mix. Okay? Water is obviously hydrophobic because it likes itself. It mixes well with itself. All right? And it's totally lipophobic, right? It does not mix well or at all unless it has another chemical to help it kind of work together. They'll never mix, but they might work together, right? They can be on molecules, right? You can have a hydrophilic end of a molecule, and on the other end you have a fat end. Anyways, whole other conversation that I'm going too far with. My point was to come on and say hi, do this second episode of Science with Ms. Steph. I wanted to say a quick just thank you to folks who supported us this particular summer. Summer 2021 was an adventure. It was a challenge, but amen, it worked out. What? Yeah. Okay. I wanted to encourage you to try this. I made kind of a bit of a mess. I don't mind showing you. Right? You see my cocoa powder kind of got everywhere. And so you definitely want to be just aware of that as far as the type of tools that you use and how big of a scoop, right? I took too big of a scoop because I was trying to do it too quickly with you all. But cocoa powder and water. Yeah, try it. See what happens, okay? Tell more people about Ms. Steph Science Club and Science with Ms. Steph. I definitely want to hear from you all about what you want to see during season 2. As you can tell, I'm doing a lot of season 2 stuff, launch stuff here on Instagram. Not so much on Facebook, just because it's so much easier to go live. Like it's one button over here. So just know that we might be doing a lot over here, okay? And it's one little quick click of the button, and I set up my materials and I can go. Whereas on Facebook, it's a bit more involved. So yeah, that was fun, okay? Please send me messages and questions or even comments down below on this particular video as far as what you would like to see during this season. I am going to try to show y'all some of the things that we did over the summer, right, that were new, and of course the things that are oldie but goodies, the things that are improvements upon our oldie but goodies. And again, thank you for supporting Summer Science Club. Thank you for supporting Triple F Empowerment Inc. The summer fundraiser does close out today at midnight. So check my links that are in my profile and all that type of stuff to be able to make your contributions made up till midnight tonight will go towards what we did this summer. All right, and then we'll prep and we'll reload and get ready to go into the fall and do some awesome stuff. As far as my other shout out, I need to shout out Coach Jude from Harlem Elite. So those of you who have young people in Harlem, please go check out Harlem Elite. I'm going to tag him really quickly in this video. Tag. Harlem Elite. If you are interested in your young person doing flag football, he is a great coach. I know him and his wife and his daughter and all that type of stuff. They're very they're a very athletic family, and they're very into science as well. So that's how I know their family. But I definitely want to, among other things, church and all that, I definitely want to shout them out and encourage you to try to check out their page. And of course, if you're here in Harlem, definitely if you want a healthy and a well-balanced athletic experience for your child, please sign them up for Harlem Elite Flag Football. Okay? Yeah, I tagged him, so you should easily be able to check out his stuff. I also did a quick post before I went live about how to hop in and engage that organization. And so you should be able to find that pretty easily on my page. All right, people. Remember, support. Fundraiser closes at midnight tonight. Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying. You know how midnight is kind of weird. It's a very special time. It's a very, very special time. But anyways, yes. Midnight. This has been Ms. Steph for episode 2 of Science with Ms. Steph. The episode 2 of season 2 of Science with Ms. Steph. Cocoa powder and liquids. Hydrophobic and hydrophobic and lipophilic. All right. Bye. Bye. Thank you.